What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And this video is brought to you by DolphinsTalk.com. Make sure you go check them out, guys. It's your home for everything Miami Dolphins, as far as articles, as far as videos, as far as updates. Make sure you check them out. The description is in the link below, where you can also find my videos. This is TD Fans Talk, guys. So excited. We don't have practice today, but does that mean we don't go live today? No, it doesn't, because there's so much to discuss. Really, today is an opportunity for everyone to wind down and take a break from the practice field and start to think, use your mind, and evaluate actually what has actually taken place so far. Everything that's going on so far. And we're going to break that down. We're going to talk about it. The first subject today we're going to talk about is the Miami Dolphins' strongest position so far. It might shock some of you whenever I tell you what the strongest position is for the Miami Dolphins so far, but I want to know how you feel. What do you think is the strongest position? At this point, with 4 days of camp, 2 days of non-contact and 2 days of contact, I want to know what you think the strongest position in the Miami Dolphins organization is right now. Make sure you put it in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what we do here on this channel, and subscribe if you're new, and welcome to the channel, guys. All right, and I'm going to be live all day today, guys. Let me see. What did I have on my docket? I have about 8 topics that I want to cover, which is 8 videos. But we're going to see if we can get through all 8 through all the live streams. If not, we're going to try our very best to get at least 4 or 5 and continue them tomorrow. But guys, without further ado, I'm going to give everybody about 20 seconds to come into the live chat section before we get started. Let me see. Safety, I would think. This is going to be amazing. A matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you think the deepest, the strongest position that we have right now is. You're going to be shocked when I tell you. And the truth is, you shouldn't be shocked. It's just that no one's thinking about it because it's always been an issue. It's going to be interesting, guys. Safety, I would think. You know what? Let's dive right in. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the safety position. It is not the cornerback position. It is not the linebacker position, even though they're coming on and they're getting very deep, and I'm going to make a video about that later as well. It's not the quarterback position. It's not the running back position. It's not the tight end position. It's not the offensive line nor fullback position. Ladies and gentlemen, what is left? What is left? None other than the defensive line. And I'm not talking about the entire defensive line, so push your brakes before you start to attack me on this. But the defensive tackle position, believe it or not, is our strongest position. The defensive tackle position is our strongest position right now. These are my thoughts based off of everything that's happened in camp so far. It is shocking to see that not only do we have a lot of talent at the defensive tackle position, but we have depth as well. Let's give a little history about the defensive tackle position. Many can argue last year the defensive tackle position was atrocious, but stop. When we first started the season, the defensive tackle position is what allowed us to start off 3-0. The defensive tackle position was one of the strongest positions to start out the year last year. And what happened? We received 2 major injuries at the defensive tackle position, both starters gone and out, just gone. And from there, other teams, they took notice and they game planned our biggest weakness, which was the defensive tackle. Go check it out, guys. From game 6 all the way to game 16, the Miami Dolphins struggled to stop the run. They struggled in the pass game, and a lot of it had to do with the defensive tackle play because both of our starting defensive tackles had gone down with season-ending injuries. Most offensive lines, as soon as we lost our defensive tackles, they went heavy set and had 5, 6, and 7 men offensive lines. This is why Cameron Wake didn't have as successful of a season, because he had a lot of double teams. This is why Robert Quinn didn't have a successful season, because he had a lot of double teams. A lot of teams could afford to double our edge rushers who were great edge rushers. But people say, oh, they are a shell of themselves. They weren't what they were of the past. No, we really don't know if they were what they were in the past because the schemes that other offenses ran allowed them the luxury to double team our ends, which you double team any end in this NFL, it's going to be hard. You are as a defensive end, if you're a double team, that's common sense. It's going to be harder to be effective, okay? Why were other teams able to double team our defensive ends? Because our replacement defensive tackles that weren't starters, the other teams, they felt very comfortable going one-on-one against them. And 9 times out of 10, they won the battle. They would line up the interior of the offensive line one-on-one against our defensive tackles and use they would use the left tackle and the right tackle plus a tight end and the tight end to double team our ends. That's why quarterbacks had 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds to throw the ball every time. That's why running lanes were easily opening and the edges weren't set. That's why teams were very successful on our defense and making us look really bad after those first 3, 4 games in the season. The evidence is right there, guys. But what I want to tell you all is this year, one of our strongest positions is actually the defensive tackles. There's an old saying, you draft your weakest point. You draft your need. And what did the Miami Dolphins do in the first round of the 2019 NFL draft? They brought in a young, fired-up rookie out of Clemson who is nothing but a baller, and we hope that he has the potential to be the Rookie of the Year. Christian Wilkins, ladies and gentlemen. So far in camp, there has been 4 days of camp with pads on and without pads that Christian Wilkins has done nothing but impress with his versatility, with his ability to get off of his block and get in the backfield. We've heard nothing but actual highlights about Christian Wilkins getting in the backfield, disrupting quarterback play. And this is what you draft the first round defensive tackle for, to do just those things. It's so impressive and it's a beautiful thing. But not only that, Vincent Taylor is back on this roster, ladies and gentlemen, and Vincent Taylor has been balling out. Vincent Taylor has been sealing that middle, and it makes it so much better for Christian Wilkins because now the offensive line has to respect the 2 gentlemen in the interior line staring in their face right in front of them. It's making life easier for both of them, having 2 legitimate defensive tackles, great talents, anchoring that defense, anchoring it. It's so beautiful. Not only that, the beautiful thing is what happened last year that caused our problem. Our starters got injured. Our depth wasn't as effective. Not saying that they were trash and they weren't good, but they just weren't as effective as our starters last year. But this year, we have even more depth. We have Devon Godchild, who many can argue he can even start. We also have Akeem Spence, who is very good. Oh, my God. And that actually makes me wonder, oh, my gosh, who's going to be the 2 starting defensive tackles? Who are going to be the 2 starting defensive tackles? We have an explosive rookie in Christian Wilkins. We have an explosive, well-known player who has earned his mark in Vincent Taylor. You got Devon Godchild and Akeem Spence. Who's actually going to be the starter at the defensive tackle position? Many would argue, hey, the rookie's always going to start a first-round pick, Christian Wilkins. I personally agree with that. Christian Wilkins being a rookie, he is going to start because it's one thing for a rookie. You want to debate whether the rookie should start and he still has to develop. But this kid has come in as if he's a veteran in this league, already showing leadership and playing, proving it on the field. And the other starter, I actually believe is going to be Vincent Taylor, who's had an amazing camp so far. Picked up right where he left off from last season before he got injured. Those are the 2 that I feel are going to be the starters for the Miami Dolphins. And then with Godchild and Akeem Spence coming in behind them, you can't go wrong. We went into this season feeling like, our worst positions is the O-line and the D-line. But it is so good to know that the D-line at least has the anchors in the middle. And more beautifully is the fact that Christian Wilkins has proven time and time again in this training camp that not only does he anchor the middle, but he advances it by getting in the opposition's backfield. He's done it several times. You should see him in goal line work. Oh my gosh. I mean, all reports say that he literally stuffs goal line work like no other. He actually sheds off of his block, and he's looking a running back in their face saying, not today, done. This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. I personally believe our strongest position right now is literally the defensive tackle position, anchoring the middle of the defense. That is going to be so helpful in our run game, which is going to make the linebackers not on edge and feel like they have to over pursue the run game. And now in play action situations, they may be, it's a luxury that they may actually have a better feel of not being fooled in the play action game and be able to handle the play action pass so much better. The defensive tackle position is doing nothing but helping our linebackers. And I'm excited about it, guys. This is huge. Man, this is the best position that the Miami Dolphins have right now on this roster, in my opinion. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Do you feel like it's the defensive tackle position? Do you feel like it's the linebacker position that's coming on? Some of you all may feel like it's the wide receiver position, but you let me know in the comment section. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button on your way out. And shout out one more time to dolphintalk.com. This video is brought to you by them. And guys, go check them out on their website. The description is in the link below. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Peace. I'm out. Love y'all, man.